Hello and welcome to From the Fringe. My name's Chris. It's good to have you with me. And how crazy was that video? We'll get back to that in a second. First, I just want to clarify why I changed my mind on the lizard incident from last week. Oh, Jesus! So when it first happened, I was genuinely just baffled. I did not know how that creature got on my desk within 15 minutes. But I've since had to think about it. I've settled down. I've seen a couple of videos of them climbing. And I can imagine it scuttling up this curtain and then crawling along the outside edge of the shelf and then coming in contact with the desk. And then from there, just making its way across onto the notepad. So unfortunately, I don't think this is a paranormal incident that I've been waiting to happen to me, because I really want something to happen to me personally. So this is not it. This is not it. So anyway, continuing on with this very odd and aggressive video. Okay, so here's the background of the video. This was in Colombia on the 21st of July, 2024. The victim apparently doesn't remember any of it, and allegedly he received 24 stitches at the local hospital. So on Reddit, you had the usual theories. It's CGI, or it's a bug that's flown in front of the camera just as this guy fell. For example, this guy, it's more likely severe drunkenness. The guy just passed out and fell backwards, and a bug flew in the camera at the same time. But then there's this bizarre theory that some of the skeptics claim explains it all. And this one just sounds stupid to me. So the general gist is that somebody's tied the door back with a elastic, stretchy cord, and for some reason they've tied it from the security door all the way over here behind the cement mixer, and then somehow this end's come loose, and with a weight attached, the bungee cord has propelled an object at high speed around the car straight into the victim's face. And to me, that just makes no sense at all. The orb theory makes more sense. Alright, so let's have a closer look. I've got a bunch of freeze frames here that we can look at. So in the first frame, you can see the object appears to come from behind what I'm going to call the cement mixer, whatever that thing is. You can see it's the edge of it just poking around the corner there. And then it swings out. Notice there's no reflections on the car. It speeds around and bang. Well, actually, not bang. This is the person starting to fall out of the doorway before the object actually hits him. And then bang. So this suggests to me, going back to the first frame, this suggests CGI to me. And also the fact, well, a bug wouldn't leave a reflection either, because a bug would be close to the camera. But I think someone's added CGI here and has just forgotten to put a reflection on the car. Going back to the video, I just want to point out a few little anomalies. So you can see reflections in the car there. Just traffic passing by. And then there, you see it. So let's back it up a bit. Just before the object appears, you can see a flash of light in the grass. There it is. Try and capture it. There. So you can see here, there's a point of light in the grass, or above the grass. And then I'll hit play. It seems to move. It makes that looks like motion blur heading towards the cement mixer, and then you see it come around the corner of the cement mixer. Also, something that's interesting, just skipping forward a little bit. So he's just been knocked out. The people react. Look where the dog goes. He goes straight towards the cement mixer. So that's interesting. These are both interesting points, but I'll tell you what my theory is. I think what happened is this guy has turned up to the house. I don't know whose house it is. He's got inside and there's been some sort of domestic dispute and somebody's knocked him out and he's fallen backwards. And then I think that someone's added CGI to try and get clicks. The reason why I think this is because, I'll play back the video in a second, but you'll notice that as he walks through the threshold, you can hear people yelling. It sounds like he's unwelcome in the house. The only thing that might sort of take away from this theory is you don't see anyone come out of the house. Like after he's knocked out, he's just left there, and that seems unusual. Also, when the people come to check on him, they don't seem to acknowledge anyone inside the house. Perhaps I'm wrong here. Maybe the voices that I heard were somewhere else in the yard. So, I guess I'm just going to have to leave this one unexplained. I don't know what it is. It could be a hoax, but it could be a hoax, it could be a coincidence with a bug, or it could be an angry orb. This next video, if it's genuine, is just extraordinary. Could be the key, like a clue, to explaining what's behind all of this paranormal phenomena.
Se mira esto como de luz pasando, pero no se graba muy bien, y luego después sale como un señor, mira, se para ahí y como que se convierte en un señor, mira, y se queda ahí todavía está corriendo el reloj de la cámara, se está grabando, mira, se mira como dos cabezas, pues dos personas se mira ahí atravesadas a la misma vez, que tienen como una lámpara, a lo mejor es una pareja, pero no sé, a veces empieza a mover y la cámara ya no lo graba muy bien, pero a veces mira que se está yendo por aquí.
It's such a strange video. So let's go back to the start. So we see this light skipping through the field, and you'll notice that as it moves through the field, there's these indistinct figures forming as it moves. So you'll notice it here. There's a black dot, forms and then fades away. I think that's the head of one of these figures, because there's two figures. Look there, there's two figures there, clearly. They appear and then evaporate. And then there's this final form, which looks at first, it looks like one figure, but upon closer inspection, I think you'll find it's two. You've got what looks like a man standing here, and maybe his girlfriend standing next to him with her arm around him, and perhaps this arm up along his shoulder or his chest. Okay, let's have a look at some close-ups. And you can see what looks like two figures here. It looks like a male and a female. You can see her head here. It looks like it's on his shoulder. And you can see part of her arm. And this part here might be her skirt. It's hard to tell, but that might be the male's head moving slightly. Unfortunately, the quality is very poor. But the way the couple is just standing there, dead still, like a statue, it really adds to the eeriness of this video. What is the orb doing here anyway? What's it doing in this field? Why did it form those particular figures in this particular field? Was it just a random act? Maybe it was just practicing. Maybe there's somebody off camera that all of this is directed towards. If there was, obviously we can only guess at the motives of the orb. We do know that generally doppelgangers and spirit mimics tend to manifest for strange, pointless reasons with apparently no purpose. Maybe that's the case here. And you can see here something very interesting. Just before they retreat, the woman disappears first. And then you can see the half-formed apparitions as it leaves. The details like the woman disappearing first and the half-formed apparitions on the approach and the retreat, to me that seems like extra unnecessary work for a CGI hoaxer. I mean, you could have pulled off this hoax easily with just a little light bobbing up to the field, making that one form and then bobbing back the other way. Why add all of that extra detail? Most people won't even notice it. I would like to know if there's any good evidence of an orb emitting a sound, especially human speech. I do have this video, but it's clearly a hoax. So if I could find a legit video of an orb emitting a sound, especially human speech, then that, combined with this video, I think would make a compelling argument that orbs could actually be behind the vast majority of manifested paranormal phenomena that we see throughout the world. We've got spirit mimics and doppelgangers, aliens and UFOs, hauntings and ghosts, and all the other cryptids, all the other strange creatures that we see reported throughout the world. And here's an idea for you. What if these orbs are behind all of the major and the most important spiritual and religious encounters throughout history? That means that these orbs have been with us and influencing us from the very start. They've been helping to drive humanity, and that's a scary thought. It's a crazy thought. There's a lot to think about as far as these orbs go and the influence that they've had on us at a personal level and a global level. But I want to look at it more closely in another video. So I'm going to end this video now. I know it's short, but that's the way it is. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.